This is the all-new GR Corolla, and let's be honest, you already know the spec sheet by now. There's 100 videos from the automotive press. 1.6-liter 3-cylinder engine, 300 horsepower, GR4 all-wheel drive system bred from rally, 6-speed manual trans, yada yada yada, all the good stuff from the GR Yaris. But guess what? We're not journalists, we're gearheads, and we wanted the nitty-gritty details. So we spoke with the chief engineer, Naoki Sakamoto, about the project and found out all the mechanical, engineering level details on this new rally hot hatch. Here's the scoop. The car is manufactured at the Motomachi factory in the new Gazoo racing wing. This is the same factory where, of course, the GR Yaris is made alongside the Lexus LC500 and Toyota Mirai. And it's where cars like the Lexus LFA and Mark IV Toyota Supra were manufactured in years past. Truly a legendary part of Toyota's legacy. The GR Corolla is based on the GAC global architecture that the standard Corolla is based on, but the body shell itself is significantly wider than the base Corolla with a wider track width as well. And she ain't just thick. The body structure has also been strengthened significantly over the standard car. 349 new weld points have been added to the chassis, and over 2.7 meters of structural adhesive have been added as well, all to make sure the chassis could cope with the added horsepower and competitive driving, on track and off-road. Curb weight of the car ends up being 3,249 pounds. Not too bad considering all of the kit, but a fair bit heavier than the GR Yaris. And that's for the Circuit Edition, with the vented hood, big wing, and forged carbon fiber roof. And a little side note, the big wing you see on the Circuit Edition prototype here, it's not what the final car will look like. The final wing will be a little bit tamer, closer to what the XSE hatch already has. But the real aero actually comes from the totally flat underside, reducing lift significantly over the standard car. The engine is the same, 1.6-liter G16E GTS, but now outputting 300 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque instead of the Yaris's 260 some odd horsepower. And that's thanks to 10% more boost pressure, taking the 20 psi peak boost of the Yaris spec and bumping it to about 22-23 psi. And to handle that boost, the Corolla gets redesigned pistons to help with the added cylinder pressure. They're forged, just like the Yaris, but made of a slightly different composition to be a little bit stronger. Add to that a totally redesigned exhaust system that has the added flow to pump the air required for 300 ponies. By the way, there's no fake exhaust noise. The rear box is a triple tip arrangement with the center pipe being valved. The valve opens up at a certain RPM, but it's always open at idle, so you can make sure people know when you rock up to the takeover. That's a joke. Please stop doing takeovers. On the ones and zeros, we've got the same Denso ECU. Still not tunable, but we're hoping the aftermarket picks up where the Yaris left off and takes it across the finish. The only other option for tuning right now is a standalone. The 6-speed manual transmission is exactly the same as the Yaris, with the exact same gear ratios. But the differentials, however, are slightly different. The centers themselves are the same. It's an open diff standard on the base model with an optional Torsen limited slip diff for circuit editions or performance pack core model. But the Corolla gets different final ratios. It'll be geared more aggressively than the Yaris to keep it peppy with all that added weight. The center diff will split power the same as the Yaris, 60-40, 30-70, or 50-50 splits depending on your drive mode. The differentials don't have any additional cooling, but Sakamoto-san mentioned that they maximized airflow to the diff, so time will tell if the rear diff overheats like the GR Yaris. The drive shafts are different from the Yaris, but mostly because the Corolla has a wider track width, so they needed wider drive shafts. Whether or not they're rated to more power and if they're going to be as difficult to remove as the Yaris units remains to be seen. Brakes are the same Advix calipers from the GR Yaris, radially mounted with an aluminum dogbone mount. Rotors are slotted 14-inch units at the front with an aluminum hat, 11.7-inch discs at the rear with a proper mechanical handbrake. They're painted red on the Circuit Edition or a performance pack equipped core model, and unpainted gray on the standard core models. The wheel bolt pattern is 5x114.3. Praise the Lord, so there should be plenty of wheel options available. I imagine we're gonna see a lot of Regamasters on these cars. The steering rack is a manual style rack with a column mounted electric power steering unit similar to the Yaris, but the Corolla gets a larger EPS motor than the Yaris with a quicker quicker steering ratio. The exact ratio wasn't available for us, but the Yaris has a 13.6:1 setup, so expect something quick or quicker than a GR86. On the inside of the car, the seating position isn't bad. Not too low, but not too uncomfortably high like many complained about the Yaris. But I've never sat in a Yaris, so we'll have to wait till we drive the GR Corolla to find out for sure. There is the typical height adjustment, but the seat does sit on a raised part of the chassis, so getting a much lower seat will likely require side mounts. The back seats will fold down and the car will accommodate 4 track wheels and tires. Suspension is McPherson struts in the front and a multi-link setup in the rear, with new springs and dampers bespoke to the GR Corolla. It's got a cable-actuated 6-speed manual transmission with dynamic rev matching that can be turned off, thank God. And it is 6-speed manual only. No performance CVT here. Eat your heart out, Subaru. Oh, and all the vents, they're real. 1,500 of the circuit editions will be made for 2023 and 5,100 of the core models for a total first production year run of around 6,600 cars. 80% of that global production will be for North America, with the rest split up for Asia and Australia. Europe and UK aren't getting this hot hatch. I'm terribly sorry. You can weep inside your GR Yaris. Pricing is unknown, but it'll probably be in Civic Type R territory, maybe going up to Golf R territory, but we'll find out. So save up. You're gonna want one of these. We'll be showing you guys a look into the story of the Corolla very soon, and a proper review of the GR Corolla will come later in the year, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. And that's it. The most comprehensive look into the GR Corolla you're gonna get, probably until Steph Papadakis takes one of them apart. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.